So the engine air filter on this car is right here on top, conveniently for us. In many vehicles, it's kind of down in this area. It's kind of like in the front corner of the hood. It can be on this side or this side. And it's usually a box. Mine has some screws on it, but it often has like little metal tabs you can just flip, and it comes off pretty easy. So it's a pretty easy maintenance item. Mine is actually one of the rare ones that require screws, so let's take those off. Oh, this is coming off. Take care of that later. So sometimes there's just a little bit catch. Gotta fiddle with them. This one. There we go. So that's the top of the box. Set that aside. I just leave all the screws in it to keep track of them. And here is the engine air filter. Ooh. So this is a little bit dirty. I drove through I did a kind of a long, dusty desert road trip a month or two ago, and I figured it was time. So as I mentioned, this one's pretty dirty. I'm gonna pull it out in the sun a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. So yeah, just to compare, here's the new one. Ooh, that's much cleaner. Yeah, so let's throw that new one in there. And it's nice, a lot of these you actually can't put them in the wrong orientation. Especially this one. This one's a little bit oddly shaped. Did I just do that? Nope. That was right. Okay. Okay. So you just want to make sure that there's a rubber O-ring here. I'll show it to you. This gasket, I guess, goes around, so it sits in that little offset screw hole, and that's kind of how you know that it's in the right way. So I'll just kind of hold that down, and I'll get the cover and put it back on. All right, so this has a little bit of a bend to it. It's fine, but just make sure that gasket's seated. I'm going to hold that down with one hand while I get this cover at the top of the air box kind of seated there, and I think that's in place. So I always want to start these screws by hand, just to make sure you don't strip them out. You know what, these are honestly so small, I would, with that cordless drill, I'm afraid I would actually break them. So I'm going to use a hand screwdriver for these. Yeah, so whenever you're working on like small bolts and stuff, and you're tightening down, if you're concerned that you might overpower them with one of these, just do it by hand, because just the time it takes you to screw it in will be so much less than having to extract a broken off nut or bolt. Ask me how I know. All right, so that engine air filter is all wrapped up and replaced and ready to go. So I got that air filter, I think, on rockauto.com. That's not a sponsor, it's just kind of where I got it for like 20 bucks. So it's pretty cheap. Just common hand tools. You can do that yourself and save yourself some money. So that's how you do it. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.